Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. Oh, yep, research milestone complete. We have unlocked the Atlas Bobblehead. Before, I previously thought that the Atlas thing, the Atlas figurine in the Quicksilver synthesis spot was another statue to build at your base, but it's actually a new bobblehead for our ship. Now, in the image that Hello Games showed, the Atlas bobblehead was on the other side. Like, right now you can see my Polo bobblehead, and the Atlas figurine, I think, goes on the other side. So that would be really good if we can have two bobbleheads, Atlas on one side and either Nada or Polo on the other side. I hope that's how it works. We'll find out in a minute once I install it. Right, Atlas figurine, 3200 Quicksilver. A synthetic polymer adornment for your ship's cockpit, fashioned in the likeness of an Atlas interface. Installed in an inventory slot to decorate your ship's interior. Nice. Oh man, it's so cool looking. Alright. Let's go ahead and put it in. Oh, yeah. Put it right here, I guess. Let's see. Cool. Wait, it said something about... No, I don't know. I wonder what... Oh, I should have... Here, I'm going to dismantle it and see if any of my ship stats change. Oop, wrong button. Ah, hyperdrive range. Huh, I thought... No. If I remember correctly, was it Polo increases maneuverability and Nada increases or decreases launch cost? Those are the two stats, but it might be the other way around, which one does which. But yeah, so now we've got a bobblehead that increases maneuverability, one that lowers launch cost, and now we have one that increases hyperdrive range. Very nice. Probably just like 5, very small amount, but at least it's something. Alright, let's go inside and see what it looks like. What? Oh no. It's not appearing. Let's try dismantling the other figurines, seeing if it appears. I thought they fixed it so that it would appear on the other side. See if that does anything. Oh, now Nada appears. Man, it's gonna suck if you can only have one figurine appearing still. I was really hoping they would put the dang it! I was really hoping they'd put the Atlas on the other side. So now it probably works like last time, because Polo, for whatever reason, defaults to being the one that appears if it's installed. So I wonder if that always happens, if it's always Polo that appears. That means if you want a certain bobblehead to appear, you have to only have one installed, unless it's Polo that you want to have appear. Let's try installing Nada and see if the Atlas will stay in. I really wish they would utilize the other side of the dashboard, and at least allow us to have two appear. Okay, right now the Atlas is appearing, but usually, like if you reload or something, it will default to something else. But maybe the Atlas is above priority in the list. But when I just deleted Polo, it still had Nada up here. Who knows how it works. I want to test this. I'm going to test this in this video. While I do this, I'll talk about some other important things. So we know... So something that we know now, I'm trying to remember if I talked about this in a video. Yeah, I talked about how we know that Greg Buchanan is writing the new season of weekly events. Oh, hold on. Let me reload. Load to autosave. See if my bobblehead stays the same. Yeah, Greg Buchanan is writing the new season of weekly events. Right now, we're taking a break from weekly events. Hello Games isn't, doing any. There's no weekly event on the weekends. And so, obviously, there's a lot of speculation going around. Dang it. It defaults to other things besides what you have. So if I want the Atlas... If I want the Atlas to appear, I have to have it as the only one installed. The other two default. It's really annoying. Oh well. Wonder if there's any difference if you install one of them in here. I'm gonna reload again with Polo and see what happens. But so there was a post on 4chan, which we won't talk about the credibility of the discussion forum 4chan, but I believe this happened before we found out, like before we had the experimental patch that told us that we're getting crossplay. This post went up on 4chan. I could be wrong, but I think it happened before that. This post went up on 4chan that listed a whole bunch of stuff that's coming to No Man's Sky, and it included crossplay. It said that crossplay was coming, and I think what happened was people just ignored that post when it first came out, because a lot of times people will post speculation or fake rumors or fake predictions of things that are coming to No Man's Sky. So it was ignored when it first happened, but then when we found out that crossplay is confirmed, that crossplay is coming, yeah, it defaults to the other two. So since I really want the Atlas figurine, I'm just going to have to not have the other two bobbleheads in there. But yeah, so now we think that the things that 4chan post said may actually be true because it was correct about the crossplay thing. Crossplay was confirmed because of a file found in the experimental patch on PC. So other things that have not been confirmed yet that were in that 4chan post include like new combat, like a combat update, and also things involving variety. That, I mean, that's the kind of thing that makes you think that post is not credible, because that's pretty much everything people have been asking for. At least everything I've been asking for is more variety and improvements to combat. So it almost seemed like he was just listing everything that the community wants. Cross-play for multiplayer, variety for explorers, and combat for people that like combat. So, but maybe Hello Games is working on everything that the community wants, or pretty much the main things that community have been asking for, which is something they typically do. They typically do eventually add the stuff that the community asks for. You know, they eventually did multiplayer after a long time that we thought that they wouldn't ever do that, and everything else. So since this 4chan post was correct about the crossplay, and also the other thing that 4chan post said is that it said that Greg Buchanan, or the writer for Atlas Rises, was writing the new weekly events, and also that the new weekly events will basically be like an in-game ARG that will tease the new features that are coming to No Man's Sky. So that's pretty exciting. And also the 4chan post said that the new weekly events will start in mid-June, which is pretty likely. They took a break from the weekly events around the beginning of June, so it would make sense that, you know, it would be soon after that, like mid-June or hopefully by the end of June, that we would get the new weekly events. And it's pretty exciting, if the 4chan post can be believed, that it will basically be an in-game ARG that may, you know, have a good storyline. Obviously, since they hired Greg Buchanan, who's a pretty good writer, to do it again, it makes sense that it would be a good storyline, you know. And apparently it's going to be ARG that will tease the new updates that are coming. So hopefully that 4chan post is all correct, not just the things they may have got lucky on, like crossplay coming and all that. Supposedly the 4chan poster said they had inside information, like maybe they're close to someone who works at Hello Games and the worker let it slip, or who knows. This all could be a leak that Hello Games themselves made on purpose, but they don't usually do that. They usually don't leak all the information all at once, because this 4chan post pretty much, if it's correct, gave away all that's coming in the next update. Combat update that will make there actually be a point to us having a mech suit, and everything else. But yeah, Hello Games doesn't usually give away everything at the beginning. They like to tease it over a long period of time, and surprise us at the end when it's time for the update to happen. So I don't think it was intentional. So I don't really know how this leak could have happened if it's correct. But, oh well, we'll see. Sounds like this summer's shaping up to be pretty exciting. We're definitely getting new weekly events, and if they're an ARG that are going to lead up to the next update, that's awesome. And we're definitely getting crossplay. That's one feature that's confirmed. It'd be nice if we do get variety and combat improvements, but we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, the next Quicksilver item that is coming is Daniel Hipley, my friend who keeps me informed, said that it was new jet trails for our ship. So we got jetpack jet trails, colored jet trails for our jetpack. Now we're going to get colored jet streams for our ships, which is kind of underwhelming considering I only like to fly in first person, so I won't even be able to see my own jet streams unless I play in third person. But anyway, that's what's coming up next as far as Quicksilver items go. So we got the Atlas Bobblehead, and now we're on to other things. So anyways, that does it for this video. I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And remember, everything's going to be okay.